Welcome, dear listener. You've arrived here for a reason. Maybe your mind has been restless today, filled with questions, thoughts, and the noise of daily life. But here, in this space, you can let go. You can breathe slowly. You can allow your body to relax and your thoughts to drift away, softly and effortlessly. Tonight, we will take a journey together. It's not a journey across mountains or oceans, but across ideas, across the vast mysteries of existence itself. And as you close your eyes or let them grow heavy, I invite you to simply listen. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to hold on to. Just let the words flow gently into your mind like a quiet stream, guiding you deeper into rest. The question before us is simple, but extraordinary. What if the universe itself is just a simulation? At first, this may sound strange, even unsettling. But don't worry, we're not here to scare you. We're here to wonder, to imagine, and to let curiosity carry us into a state of calm. We will explore what philosophers, scientists, and dreamers have thought about this idea. And as we do, your mind can wander freely, without pressure, without stress, until sleep naturally embraces you. So, take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. Feel the weight of the day melt away. Let your body sink into comfort. And now, let us begin this gentle exploration together of one of the most fascinating questions humanity has ever asked. What if reality is not what it seems? Asterisk. As human beings, we have always been curious about reality. From the moment we could think, from the very first spark of self-awareness, questions began to rise within us. What is this world? Why are we here? And what is real? These questions have followed humanity for thousands of years, echoing across generations, cultures, and civilizations. In ancient times, our ancestors looked up at the night sky with wonder. They saw the stars shining above them, steady and silent, and asked themselves whether these points of light were gods or fires or windows into other realms. To them, reality was mysterious and fragile, filled with unseen forces and hidden truths. Every rustle of the wind, every flash of lightning carried meaning. The universe was alive with possibility. As centuries passed, philosophers began to shape these feelings into deeper questions. One of the oldest and most profound is, can we ever truly know reality? Thinkers like Plato imagined that what we see might not be the full truth. In his famous allegory of the cave, people are chained in darkness, watching shadows on the wall, believing them to be real. But in truth, the shadows are only illusions, faint reflections of a greater world outside the cave. Plato's lesson was simple. Perhaps what we call reality is only a limited version of something much larger, something hidden beyond our reach. This idea feels strikingly familiar when we think about modern discussions of the universe as a simulation. Because what is a simulation, if not a set of shadows, carefully designed to appear real? Just as the cave prisoners mistake shadows for truth, we too might mistake our sensory experiences, the colors we see, the sounds we hear, the textures we touch, for ultimate reality. But are they? Or are they too just projections of something deeper? The fascinating thing is that this question has never gone away. Centuries after Plato, philosophers like René Descartes asked the same thing in a different form. Descartes wondered, what if everything I experience is a trick? What if an evil demon is deceiving me, feeding me illusions of the world? To him, the only thing he could be certain of was his own ability to think. I think, therefore, I am. Even then, the idea was present that reality may not be what it seems, that we might be surrounded by an elaborate illusion. Today, this thought finds new life in the language of science and technology. We live in an age where simulations are no longer just abstract philosophy. We create them. Every time we play a video game, every time we build a virtual world, we are shaping small realities inside computers. These worlds have rules, landscapes, characters, and physics. They may not be as complex as our universe, but they show us what is possible. If we can create tiny simulated worlds, could something far greater create ours? Imagine, for a moment, someone living inside one of our video games. They move, they act, they see their world, and to them, it feels real. The grass is green, the sun rises, the wind blows, all according to the code that sustains it. How would they ever know that beyond the limits of their perception, their reality is simply lines of information? And then ask yourself, how would we ever know if the same were true of us? This line of thought can feel unsettling, but it can also be strangely peaceful. If our reality is a simulation, then every detail, the stars in the sky, the warmth of sunlight, the laughter of a friend, has been placed here with purpose. It means our world, whether real or simulated, is still rich, meaningful, and astonishingly beautiful. After all, when you look at a sunset or hear the sound of the ocean, does it matter whether it is made of atoms or information? It feels real. It touches you. It is enough. And so humanity's perception of reality has always danced between certainty and doubt. We trust our senses, yet we question them. We live in the world, yet we wonder if there is more beyond it. This delicate tension is what makes us human, the ability to live within reality while dreaming of what might lie outside it. When we talk about reality, it is important to remember that what we experience is filtered through our senses. Our eyes see only a narrow band of light, a tiny slice of the electromagnetic spectrum. Our ears hear just a limited range of vibrations, while countless frequencies pass by unnoticed. Our skin feels texture and pressure, but it cannot detect the microscopic world beneath its surface. In truth, our senses offer only a fraction of what exists around us. Imagine, for example, a bat navigating the world through echolocation. Its reality is built not from light, but from sound waves bouncing off objects. To the bat, its universe is a rich three-dimensional soundscape completely foreign to us. Or think of a bee, which can see ultraviolet light. Flowers, plain and simple to our eyes, explode into patterns and glowing trails when seen through a bee's vision. These examples remind us that reality is not one thing. It is different for every creature, shaped by the tools they have to perceive it. This leads to a striking question. If our senses only show us part of reality, how much are we missing? Could the truest nature of existence lie beyond our ability to detect it? Perhaps what we call the universe is only a small corner of something far larger. Just as the shadows in Plato's cave were only a pale reflection of the world outside. Modern science supports this thought. Physicists tell us that most of the universe is made up of dark matter and dark energy, substances that we cannot see, touch, or fully understand. They make up nearly 95% of everything, yet remain hidden. Imagine living in a world where most of what exists is invisible. That is our reality. What we call real is already incomplete, already full of mystery. And then we return to the idea of simulation. If we live in a simulated universe, perhaps this is the explanation for why things feel so incomplete. The rules we observe, gravity. Time, space might be constraints of the system, much like the rules inside a video game. The gaps in our knowledge, the things we cannot detect, might be intentional limitations, designed to keep the simulation stable. For some, this thought is unsettling, but for others, it brings a kind of comfort. If our universe is designed, then we are not here by accident. The stars above, the trees around us, even the moments of love and connection, all of them are part of a structure that was created, whether by nature, by chance, or by something greater. Our reality has meaning woven into it. Consider, too, how humans have always sensed that reality has layers. In myths and religions, in art and stories, there is often a theme. The world we see is not the only world. Ancient shamans spoke of spirit realms hidden beyond ordinary sight. Mystics described veils between this life and a greater truth. These stories, though separated by time and culture, all echo the same intuition that there is more than meets the eye. Could it be that, deep within us, we have always known reality is more complex than it appears? The beauty of these reflections is that they encourage us to pause. As you lie here, listening, breathing slowly, imagine how fragile and yet how wondrous our perception of reality is. Every sound you hear, every sensation you feel, is part of a larger mystery. Whether we live in a simulation or not, we are immersed in something far greater than ourselves. And perhaps that is the heart of the human journey. Not to solve every question, not to strip reality bare, but to experience it. To live in the balance between knowing and not knowing. To feel wonder, even when answers escape us. As we continue to reflect on reality, let us slow down and breathe deeply. Imagine, for a moment, that everything you have ever known, the warmth of sunlight, the sound of laughter, the taste of food, is not the ultimate truth, but simply a carefully constructed experience. If our universe is a simulation, then perhaps our senses are like the interface of a computer program, giving us just enough information to function within it. This idea may sound overwhelming at first, but think about the simplicity it brings. Just as a character in a video game does not need to know how the console works, perhaps we do not need to know the deeper machinery of existence. We simply move, feel, and live within the rules we are given. Yet, our curiosity, that constant human drive to understand, pushes us to look beyond the surface. We cannot help but ask, who made these rules? And why? Throughout history, humanity has built entire systems of thought to answer these questions. Philosophy tells us that reality might be a construct of the mind, shaped by perception and thought. Science, on the other hand, shows us patterns in nature, guiding us to the hidden codes of the universe. Religion often offers yet another path, suggesting that life is designed with purpose by a greater intelligence. Each perspective, though different, is united by one desire: to make sense of reality. Imagine standing on the shore, watching waves roll endlessly across the ocean. You cannot see the deep currents below, yet you know they are there, shaping the waves you see. In the same way, our daily experiences may be just the surface. Beneath them, invisible currents of truth might be flowing, shaping what we call existence. Whether those currents are physical forces, divine intention, or the programming of a simulation, we cannot say for sure. But their presence invites us to wonder. And wonder is a powerful thing. It soothes the restless mind. It reminds us that not everything must be solved tonight. As you listen, notice how the mystery itself has a calming quality. There is something peaceful about not having all the answers. You do not need to hold the weight of the universe on your shoulders. You only need to rest, to breathe, and to allow your imagination to wander gently. Think also about how our perception changes over time. A child sees the world with wonder, as though everything is new. An adult may see the same world as familiar, perhaps even ordinary. But reality has not changed, the perception has. If reality is partly shaped by how we experience it, then we hold more power than we realize. By choosing to see beauty, we bring beauty into our lives. By choosing to see meaning, we create meaning. Even if we are inside a simulation, our choices, our awareness, make the experience uniquely ours. Now imagine this. Perhaps the universe is not just a simulation, but a kind of dream. A shared dream in which every being plays a part. In this dream, you are both the observer and the creator. Your consciousness weaves together the fragments of perception into the story you call life. Whether that story is written by cosmic programmers, divine architects, or by the laws of physics themselves, it unfolds beautifully, moment by moment. As you lie here listening, remember that you are safe within this dream. The mysteries of the universe can wait for another day. For now, let your body sink into stillness. Let the thoughts drift like clouds across a quiet sky. Reality, whatever it may truly be, is holding you gently, like the calm embrace of night. Long before the age of computers, long before the language of science could describe atoms or galaxies, humanity was already asking the same question: what is real? When we imagine that the universe could be a simulation, we often think of modern technology, machines, programs, and digital codes. But the roots of this idea stretch deep into ancient history. Philosophers, mystics, and seekers of truth have been wondering for thousands of years whether the world we see is the ultimate reality, or only a shadow of something greater. Take, for instance, the famous allegory of the cave, written by the Greek philosopher Plato over 2,000 years ago. In this story, human beings are imagined as prisoners chained inside a dark cave. They cannot move, and all they see are shadows cast on the wall by objects passing in front of a fire behind them. For the prisoners, those shadows are their entire reality. They do not know about the fire, or the objects, or the world outside the cave. To them, the shadows are the truth. Plato used this story to suggest that our everyday experience might be the same. We see only appearances, not the deeper truth that lies beyond. When you think about it, its allegory is strikingly similar to modern discussions of simulation theory. If we live in a simulated universe, then the world we see, stars, faces, everything could be like the shadows on the cave wall. The true source of those appearances may exist beyond our perception, in a reality we cannot easily reach. In ancient India, another profound idea emerged. Upanishads, spiritual texts written thousands of years ago, speak of Maya, the illusion of the material world. According to this teaching, what we see and touch is not the ultimate truth, but a kind of veil that hides the deeper, infinite reality of the soul and the divine. The goal of life in this philosophy is to awaken from the illusion, to realize that what we call the world is not the full picture. Again, this sounds like a poetic version of what we might today call a simulation. Even in Buddhism, the idea of illusion is central. The Buddha taught that much of our suffering comes from mistaking the transient, ever-changing world for something permanent. We cling to appearances, forgetting that they are like dreams, vivid, compelling, but ultimately fleeting. If everything is like a dream, then perhaps life itself is not so different from a carefully constructed simulation. What is remarkable is that these ancient philosophies did not need technology to ask these questions. Without computers, without even the concept of digital codes, they arrived at the same core mystery. Is the world as real as it seems, or is it only a reflection of something deeper? As you lie here, let your mind rest gently on this thought. People from every age and culture have looked at the night sky or into the silence of meditation and wondered whether they were seeing the truth or just a reflection. You are part of that same story, a human being gazing into mystery, asking the timeless question. And just as these ancient seekers found peace in accepting that reality might be an illusion, you too can allow yourself to relax. There is no need to solve the riddle tonight. Simply notice how vast, how mysterious, and how beautiful the question itself is. With every breath, you can let go of the need to grasp tightly at answers. Instead, let the possibility of mystery soothe you, like the rhythm of waves on a quiet shore. Asterisk as we continue exploring ancient philosophies. It is fascinating to see how different cultures approach the idea that reality might be an illusion. In China, Taoist thinkers spoke of the Tao, a natural flow underlying everything in the universe. They described the visible world as a surface, while the true essence of existence moved beneath, unseen like a river flowing quietly under ice. To perceive the Tao, they taught, one must relax, observe, and let go of rigid concepts. in a sense. The Taoist philosophy is remarkably similar to contemplating a simulated universe. Beneath the apparent reality lies an underlying order, a structure that we may not directly perceive, but which guides the entire system. The ancient Egyptians, too, had a deep understanding of the layers of reality. Their myths spoke of the duat, a hidden realm where the soul journeys after death. The material world was only a temporary stage, a reflection of the eternal truths beyond. Just as, in simulation theory, what we perceive daily may not be the whole story. There may be realms, codes, or laws that exist beyond our immediate senses, shaping the life we experience in ways we cannot fully grasp. Even in the Western mystical tradition, thinkers like Plotinus explored the idea that our world is a shadow of a higher reality. He described the material universe as emanating from the One, the source of all existence. The objects we see, the events we experience, are secondary expressions of this ultimate truth. The metaphorical similarity to a simulation is striking. What appears to us as the real world may be a generated projection, a complex display emerging from a deeper source. These ancient perspectives share a profound insight. Our experience of reality is filtered, partial, and mediated by factors beyond our direct control. The senses, the mind, and the environment shape what we perceive. What we consider the real world is only one layer of existence, and there may be other layers that are just as real. Though hidden now, consider the psychological effect of contemplating such ideas. For some, it can feel unsettling or even disorienting. But there is a unique calm that comes from recognizing that uncertainty is natural. That mystery is a part of life. You do not need to have all the answers. You do not need to fully understand the mechanics of reality. Allow yourself to sit with the thought that the universe, whether real or simulated, is vast, intricate, and magnificent. Let your mind drift gently over these ideas. Imagine standing on a quiet hilltop, watching the horizon stretch endlessly. You cannot see everything at once, yet the beauty and complexity of the world are undeniable. The same applies to reality itself. Whether it is a simulation, an illusion, or the ultimate truth, it is wondrous and rich beyond measure. And this understanding can be comforting, even soothing. As you listen, feel your body soften. Let the tension of the day slip away. Recognize that part of being human is embracing questions without immediate answers. You can rest in this gentle wonder, knowing that curiosity itself is a gift. Even as your thoughts drift, your consciousness can explore these ideas floating freely, without the pressure to resolve them. As we reach the final part of this section, let us reflect on the wisdom of the ancients and how it relates to our modern curiosity about simulated reality. Across cultures, there is a remarkable consistency in how thinkers approached the mystery of existence. Whether in Greece, China, Egypt, or India, they recognized that what we see, touch, and experience may not be the ultimate reality. There may always be layers hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be explored by those willing to pause and reflect. Consider the idea of meditation. Practiced for thousands of years. In quiet contemplation, the mind observes thoughts, sensations, and surroundings without attachment. The meditator realizes that the world of appearances is fleeting and that what truly matters is the awareness behind perception. In a way, this is like stepping back from a simulation and noticing the code that drives it. By observing without judgment, one can gain insight into the nature of reality, or at least cultivate inner peace while engaging with its mysteries. The Stoics of ancient Rome also offer insight. They believed that we cannot control the universe itself, but we can control our response to it. Life may be full of challenges, surprises, and unseen forces, yet our peace depends on our attitude. If the universe is a simulation, or if reality is more complex than it appears, the Stoic teaching remains valuable. Focus on what you can perceive and manage your thoughts, your actions, your response to the world. This perspective invites calm rather than anxiety, and it is perfect for drifting into rest. Even myths carry this lesson. Stories of hidden realms, magical journeys, and secret truths illustrate that there is more to life than meets the eye. They encourage imagination and wonder, reminding us that the unseen world is just as important as the visible one. And when we view reality through this lens, the possibility of a simulated universe feels less frightening and more intriguing. It is a puzzle to contemplate, a gentle thought to carry into our dreams. As you lie here, let the knowledge that reality may be layered, complex, or even constructed wash over you softly. Breathe in slowly and exhale tension and worry. Let your mind float over these ancient ideas, letting each thought unfold gently like a wave across a calm sea. There is no rush, no urgency. You are safe, you are comfortable, and your mind is free to wander as it wishes. Imagine for a moment that you are like the philosophers themselves, curious, aware, and unhurried. The cave, the river, the Tao Wu Ti, the Tao. These images are guides, not answers. They invite you to experience wonder, to sit with mystery, and to let your consciousness drift into a state of calm awareness. Whether reality is a simulation, a dream, or the ultimate truth, you are part of its unfolding. And in this moment, that is enough. So, as you relax further, feel the quiet majesty of the universe, whether hidden or apparent, whether simulated or real. Let the ancient wisdom envelop you like a gentle embrace. Let each breath carry you deeper into rest. The mysteries of existence can wait for tomorrow. Tonight, you are simply present, a peaceful observer in the vastness of reality. As we move from the ancient world into the present, it is fascinating to see how modern science continues the age-old question, what is real? Today, the idea of a simulated universe is no longer just a philosophical thought experiment. With advances in technology, computing, and physics, scientists can imagine scenarios that would have been impossible to conceive just a few decades ago. The universe itself has become a laboratory for exploring the boundaries between reality and illusion. One of the key ideas in modern physics is that the universe appears to follow precise mathematical laws. Gravity, electromagnetism, quantum mechanics all operate with astonishing consistency. These laws govern the motion of planets, the behavior of particles, and even the evolution of life itself. Some scientists argue that the existence of such precise rules could suggest that the universe is constructed in a deliberate way, much like the code of a computer simulation. Every formula, every constant, becomes a hint at the underlying architecture of reality. Quantum mechanics, in particular, challenges our intuition. At the subatomic level, particles behave in ways that seem impossible. They can exist in multiple states simultaneously, only choosing a definite state when observed. The famous thought experiment of Schrödinger's cat illustrates this paradox. Until the box is opened, the cat is both alive and dead. This duality of states suggests that observation plays a critical role in shaping reality itself. Could it be that the universe updates based on observation, as a simulation might? The idea of virtual reality also helps us visualize this concept. In video games, every character, every object, every environment exists only as information until it is rendered on a screen. The computer calculates what you see in real time, responding to your actions. If the universe operates similarly, then reality may be dynamic, unfolding according to rules that we have yet to fully understand. Every moment we experience might be the result of a vast computation beyond our awareness. The philosopher Nick Bostrom has popularized the idea that advanced civilizations could create simulations so detailed that the beings within them would have no idea they were simulated. According to this hypothesis, if such civilizations exist, it is statistically possible that we ourselves are living inside one of these simulations. This notion raises profound questions about existence, free will, and the nature of consciousness. Even if our world is simulated, our experiences, emotions, and thoughts are real to us, and that is what ultimately matters. But there is comfort in this possibility. If the universe is simulated, then it is carefully constructed with rules that allow life, wonder, and exploration. It means that everything, the stars in the sky, the oceans on earth, the laughter of a friend, has been given coherence and meaning. The vastness of reality, whether simulated or not, remains awe-inspiring and beautiful. As you lie here, allow these thoughts to drift gently through your mind. Consider the precision of nature, the strangeness of quantum mechanics, and the elegance of the laws that govern existence. Let yourself marvel at the complexity and beauty of the world without needing to solve it entirely. The mysteries of the universe are invitations to wonder, not burdens to bear. And as your body relaxes, notice how the calmness of observation mirrors the quiet rhythm of the universe. Just as particles collapse into states only when observed, your awareness settles into rest, embracing the unknown. Tonight, you do not need to uncover every secret. You simply allow yourself to be present, floating gently in the flow of reality. Whether it is natural, constructed, or somewhere in between. Continuing our journey, let us explore how the cutting-edge discoveries of modern science can deepen our understanding of a potential simulated reality. One of the most striking aspects of physics today is the concept of information. In quantum theory, particles carry information about their state, position, and spin. Some theorists suggest that the universe itself could be fundamentally informational, like a vast computational system, where everything from stars to molecules is encoded as data. Consider the holographic principle, an idea emerging from black hole physics. It suggests that all the information contained in a volume of space can be represented on its boundary, much like a hologram. This principle hints that our three-dimensional reality could be a projection from a two-dimensional surface of simulation, in a sense where the world we perceive is an emergent phenomenon. The notion is mind-expanding, but it also has a certain serenity. Just as a hologram can create intricate images from a simple surface, perhaps the universe can unfold complexity from fundamental principles. Virtual reality technology also offers us a vivid analogy. In immersive VR, your brain experiences depth, motion, and interaction, even though the environment is entirely digital. You can walk, touch, and see in ways that feel fully real, while the system behind it is computational. If our universe is a simulation, it may function similarly. The code is unseen, yet everything you perceive feels tangible and immediate. The stars, the trees, even your own thoughts might exist within this grand digital framework. Then, there's the role of consciousness. Observers in quantum mechanics appear to influence outcomes simply by perceiving them. Could consciousness itself be an interface between our minds and the underlying structure of the universe? Perhaps the experience of reality is a co-creation between the mind and the system that generates the simulation. This idea reframes the way we understand free will, perception, and the very nature of existence. Furthermore, advances in artificial intelligence make the concept of simulation increasingly plausible. Computers can now create virtual worlds with astonishing fidelity, populated by intelligent agents that respond dynamically to stimuli. If future civilizations are capable of generating worlds far beyond our imagination, the possibility that we live in one of these simulations becomes compelling. And yet, this thought does not diminish the value of life. On the contrary, it highlights the intricate design and the delicate balance that allow for consciousness, curiosity, and emotion to flourish. Take a moment to breathe deeply and reflect on these ideas. The universe, Whether natural, computational, or a blend of both these, an extraordinary system of complexity and elegance. Let the patterns of nature, the strange paradoxes of quantum mechanics, and the beauty of information flow gently calm. Your mind, there is no need to solve the ultimate mystery tonight. Simply observe, imagine, and feel the quiet wonder of being alive within this vast structure. Imagine your awareness as a gentle observer, like a scientist floating through the cosmos, noticing particles, waves, and energy without needing to touch or change them. In this stillness, you can sense the subtle rhythm of the universe, whether it is programmed, emergent, or naturally occurring. Let that rhythm lull you, letting tension fade, and allowing your thoughts to drift freely, gently, and without urgency. Asterisk, as we conclude our exploration of modern science and its connection to simulation theory, let us take a moment to appreciate the elegance and mystery that surrounds us. Every discovery, from the tiniest quantum particle to the largest galaxy, offers insight into the vast, intricate network of existence. Whether or not our universe is a simulation, the patterns and structures we observe reflect a profound intelligence, or coherence that is remarkable in its beauty. One of the most thought-provoking ideas comes from computational limits. Some physicists have suggested that the universe may have a finite resolution, meaning that space, time, and matter might be discrete rather than continuous. This is reminiscent of pixels on a screen. What appears smooth and continuous is actually composed of tiny, discrete units. If the universe functions this way, it could resemble a digital simulation, where the underlying code determines the resolution and rules of reality. Yet, despite these constraints, the universe is infinitely rich, full of phenomena that inspire awe, curiosity, and even peace. The concept of virtual particles adds another layer to this contemplation. In empty space, tiny particles appear and disappear spontaneously, as if the vacuum itself is alive with information. Could these fluctuations be part of the underlying program that keeps the universe running? Even if they are, the experience of life, consciousness, and emotion remains as vibrant and meaningful as ever. The possibility of a simulated universe does not diminish our experiences. It enhances them by reminding us that reality is remarkable. Whether generated or natural, artificial intelligence and computational simulations in our own world serve as powerful analogies. Consider a highly advanced simulation populated by intelligent beings. They perceive a world with depth, texture, and consistency, just as we do. Even if they were aware of the simulation, their experiences would still be real to them. In the same way, our lives, thoughts, and emotions are valid and significant, regardless of the ultimate nature of reality. Now, as you listen to these ideas, allow your mind to relax further. Imagine floating gently above the earth, or drifting through the vast expanse of space, observing the patterns and laws of existence. You do not need to solve the mysteries tonight. You are simply a calm observer, a consciousness moving peacefully within the flow of the universe. Let each thought drift by like clouds in a tranquil sky, allowing your mind and body to settle into stillness. Finally, remember that mystery is not frightening, it is comforting. The unknown invites curiosity, imagination, and gentle reflection. Whether reality is a simulation, a dream, or the ultimate truth, you are safe, you are present, and your awareness can wander freely. Let the rhythms of the universe, the elegance of nature, and the wonder of existence carry you toward rest. Breathe deeply, release tension, and embrace the serene vastness of reality, whatever form it may take. As we move into the ethical and philosophical implications of a potentially simulated universe, it is important to begin with a sense of calm curiosity. You are lying here, relaxed, ready to explore deep questions without pressure or urgency. Imagine that the universe is a vast system, possibly created, possibly emergent, and consider what that might mean for our understanding of morality, purpose, and existence. One of the first questions that arises is whether life would change if we knew we lived in a simulation. Would moral rules still apply? Would acts of kindness, love, and compassion lose their significance? Most philosophers argue that the answer is no. Even if our experiences are part of a larger design, they are real to us. The feelings we have, the choices we make, and the relationships we nurture remain meaningful. Ethics does not depend solely on the ultimate nature of reality, it emerges from our lived experience, our awareness, and the effects of our actions on ourselves and others. Consider the concept of free will. In a simulated universe, some might imagine that our choices are predetermined by code or algorithms. Yet, many thinkers suggest that free will can coexist with a structured system. Within the rules of the simulation, there can still be space for creativity, spontaneity, and moral decision-making. Your thoughts, intentions, and actions ripple through your reality, shaping your world and the lives of those around you. Even within constraints, you can act with kindness, empathy, and understanding. And that is deeply meaningful. Another philosophical consideration is the purpose of life. If reality were designed, why would it allow us to experience joy, curiosity, and love? Perhaps the simulation itself is intended to create beings capable of reflection, wonder, and moral growth. The challenges, the mysteries, and the beauty we encounter are not diminished by the possibility of design. They may, in fact, highlight the intricacy and elegance of existence. Each breath you take, each moment of observation, is part of a larger dance of consciousness and awareness. Ancient and modern thinkers alike have explored similar questions. Plato asked about the nature of the good. Immanuel Kant reflected on moral law and duty, and contemporary philosophers consider the implications of a digital or simulated cosmos. Across centuries, the underlying lesson remains. The significance of our actions and experiences is grounded in our awareness, our intention, and our engagement with the world. Even if the ultimate reality is unknowable, the lives we lead here are full of value and meaning. As you lie quietly, allow your mind to settle on these reflections. You do not need to answer these questions fully tonight. Instead, simply observe them, like gentle waves on a calm sea. Notice how the idea of a simulation or a designed universe does not need to cause anxiety. It can inspire wonder, curiosity, and a quiet appreciation for the intricacies of existence. Your thoughts can float freely, exploring the mysteries of life without needing to grasp or control them. Imagine your awareness as a serene observer, floating above the landscape of ideas. You can explore moral principles, purpose, and meaning gently, without pressure. Let the realization of possibility soothe you. The universe, whether simulated, natural, or something beyond comprehension, invites reflection, curiosity, and quiet peace. Allow these thoughts to carry you toward rest, with each breath guiding you deeper into calmness and relaxation. Continuing our exploration of ethical and philosophical questions, let us consider the implications of a simulated universe on identity and consciousness. If our reality is designed or programmed, what does that mean for who we are? Are we merely characters in a larger system, or do our thoughts, emotions, and decisions hold intrinsic value? The answer lies in understanding that even within constraints, experience is real. The joy you feel, the curiosity you nurture, and the love you share are tangible to your consciousness. They exist within your awareness, and that is profoundly meaningful. Philosophers often debate whether knowledge of a simulated reality would change human behavior. Some speculate that people might feel liberated, realizing that the consequences of their actions are ultimately controlled by a larger system. Others worry it could lead to nihilism, a sense that nothing matters. Yet the truth is that significance comes from lived experience. Your relationships, intentions, and actions create ripples that shape your personal universe. Even if the cosmos is programmed, your life is a unique journey that deserves attention, respect, and care. Consider the idea of moral responsibility. In a simulated world, can we still be accountable for our choices? Yes. Just as characters in a narrative can exercise agency within their story, we can exercise ethical judgment in our lives. Doing good, showing compassion, and cultivating wisdom remain worthwhile, whether the universe is natural, emergent, or designed. Ethical behavior is meaningful because it enriches our experience, strengthens connections, and promotes inner peace. Simulation theory also invites us to reconsider the concept of reality itself. If perception shapes experience, then the reality we inhabit is defined by our awareness and interpretation. Thoughts, imagination, and observation all contribute to the universe we perceive. Philosophers like Kant emphasize that the mind plays a role in shaping experience, while modern scientists explore how consciousness might interact with quantum phenomena. The idea that reality may be layered or programmed encourages us to approach life with humility, curiosity, and gratitude. As you lie quietly, allow these reflections to unfold gently. Think of your life as a beautiful narrative, full of possibility, learning, and wonder. You are both participant and observer, capable of acting with care, curiosity, and insight. The concept of a simulated universe need not cause fire, it can inspire awe, appreciation, and a gentle calm. Allow your breath to guide you, each inhalation filling you with serenity, each exhalation releasing tension. Imagine floating in a vast, calm space, observing thoughts, ideas, and emotions as they move effortlessly. The questions of existence, ethics, and purpose are like stars in the night sky, visible, brilliant, and beautiful, yet distant enough to observe without concern. Let your awareness drift with ease, embracing mystery, wonder, and peace. This quiet contemplation is a gift, a gentle preparation for rest as your mind and body relax into the serene vastness of reality. As we reach the final part of this section, let us reflect on the profound beauty and subtle guidance offered by contemplating a simulated universe. Whether or not our reality is artificially constructed, the experiences we have, the connections we form, and the awareness we cultivate are undeniably meaningful. There is comfort in realizing that significance does not rely on the ultimate truth of reality, but on the richness of perception and the depth of our conscious engagement. Many philosophers have suggested that acknowledging mystery can enhance ethical living. By accepting that the universe is vast, complex, and possibly beyond full comprehension, we are encouraged to approach life with humility, curiosity, and care. Whether our world is designed or naturally emergent, it invites reflection on how we live, how we treat others, and how we nurture our own consciousness. This approach fosters a gentle awareness that every action, no matter how small, contributes to the unfolding of our personal universe. Consider the idea of compassion within a potentially simulated reality. Even if the universe is programmed, the feelings we experience, the warmth of friendship, the joy of discovery, the serenity of quiet reflection remain real to us. Acts of kindness and understanding ripple outward, creating effects that shape our inner landscape and the world around us. Conscious engagement with life becomes an ethical practice, a way to honor both the mysteries of existence and the reality of our experiences. Another perspective is the cultivation of wonder. The possibility of a simulated universe encourages curiosity, imagination, and philosophical inquiry. Instead of diminishing our sense of purpose, it can expand it, showing that exploration and reflection are themselves meaningful pursuits. When you imagine that the universe might be a simulation, you also recognize the extraordinary sophistication, order, and beauty embedded in its structure. This awareness can evoke awe, serenity, and a gentle sense of gratitude. As you relax further, Allow your thoughts to drift like clouds over a calm landscape. Let the questions of reality, ethics, and consciousness float without pressure. There is no need for immediate answers. Simply observing, contemplating, and appreciating is enough. Imagine your awareness as a soft light illuminating the mysteries, gently embracing both uncertainty and serenity. Finally, feel the connection between your inner world and the vast universe, whether it is simulated, natural, or beyond understanding. Breathe deeply, noticing each inhalation calming the mind and each exhalation releasing tension. Allow the sense of wonder and peace to carry you toward rest, knowing that life, regardless of its ultimate framework, rich, meaningful, and worthy of gentle observation. You are a conscious participant in a vast, intricate system, and in this moment, that is enough. Asterisk as we enter the final stage of our journey. It is time to gently focus on practical takeaways and mindful reflection. You have explored the mysteries of the universe, the possibility of a simulation, and the ethical and philosophical implications of such ideas. Now, let these concepts guide you toward serenity, calmness, and gentle awareness. Imagine yourself lying comfortably, breathing slowly, and allowing your mind to absorb these insights without pressure. One of the most important takeaways is the value of presence. Regardless of whether reality is simulated or naturally occurring, your experience of the moment is real. Each breath, each sensation, each observation contributes to your awareness. By focusing on the present, you honor the richness of your life and the subtle beauty of the world around you. Presence encourages calm reflection, reduces mental clutter, and fosters a deeper connection with your inner self. Another practical idea is embracing curiosity without expectation. You have explored vast philosophical concepts, quantum oddities, and ethical dilemmas, yet you are free to wonder without needing definitive answers. This approach nurtures a gentle sense of exploration. Questions are not burdens. They are invitations to engage with life thoughtfully. Allow your mind to drift through these ideas like a slow river, observing patterns, imagining possibilities, and resting in the mystery. Mindfulness is also essential. Take a moment to notice sensations in your body, the rise and fall of your chest, the warmth of your limbs, the soft rhythm of your heartbeat. These are anchors in your reality, guiding you to gentle awareness and relaxation. Even as you contemplate cosmic mysteries or the possibility of a simulated universe, your body and mind are safe, grounded, and present. Mindful reflection transforms abstract concepts into moments of calm, enabling you to engage with profound ideas without stress or strain. Visualization can further enhance relaxation. Picture yourself floating above a serene landscape or drifting through the cosmos, observing stars, planets, and particles with gentle curiosity. Let each observation bring a sense of calm, as if the universe itself is moving in rhythm with your breath. In this tranquil state, philosophical and ethical reflections become meditative, soothing the mind and body simultaneously. Finally, acknowledge the continuity between knowledge, awareness, and serenity. Concepts that might seem overwhelming in the daylight of active thought become soft, flowing, and restorative in a relaxed state. The universe, with all its complexity and mystery, is a mirror for your own consciousness. By observing it with calm curiosity, you cultivate peace, insight, and gentle understanding. As you continue to lie quietly, let each thought and reflection drift naturally, unforced. There is no urgency to solve cosmic riddles or uncover ultimate truths. Instead, simply float in awareness, letting each concept, observation, and sensation guide you toward restful clarity. Your mind is free to wander, and your body is free to relax in this gentle, mindful state. The mysteries of existence are not burdens. They are invitations to serenity and contemplation. Continuing our mindful reflection, let us focus on integrating the insights you have gathered into gentle practices that promote calmness and serenity. The exploration of a potentially simulated universe, ethical contemplation, and philosophical inquiry offers not only intellectual stimulation, but also an opportunity for inner peace. You are lying here, relaxed, letting your awareness flow freely as we navigate these ideas together. One key practice is observing thoughts without attachment. As your mind drifts through ideas of reality, simulation, and consciousness, notice each thought as a passing cloud. You do not need to analyze, judge, or solve anything. Simply observe. This practice fosters a calm, non-reactive state of mind, allowing complex ideas to be processed with ease. Each thought, no matter how intricate or abstract, becomes a gentle point of awareness rather than a source of stress. Another practical approach is gratitude. Even in the context of philosophical mysteries, recognizing the small joys of existence grounds you in the present. Consider the warmth of your body, the rhythm of your breath, the sensation of lying in a safe and comfortable space. These are real, tangible experiences that anchor you amidst abstract contemplation. Gratitude nurtures calmness, encouraging the mind to rest in the beauty of life rather than becoming entangled in endless questions. Visualization continues to be a powerful tool. Imagine yourself navigating a serene landscape or floating through the cosmos with a gentle sense of curiosity. Each star, planet, and particle is an element of this expansive, beautiful system. By visualizing the universe in this calm, deliberate way, you reinforce a sense of connection, peace, and wonder. Every detail you notice, light, movement, color, becomes a meditative anchor, drawing your awareness deeper into serenity. Mindful reflection also involves gentle inquiry. Without seeking definite answers, consider questions such as, what does it mean to experience consciousness? How can ethical awareness guide my actions? How can curiosity and wonder enhance my daily life? Allow these questions to arise naturally. Observe them and then let them drift away, like leaves on a calm river. This rhythm of gentle inquiry and release mirrors the ebb and flow of consciousness itself, promoting deep relaxation and mental clarity. Finally, integrate these insights into a holistic sense of calm. Each philosophical concept, ethical reflection, and imaginative visualization is not merely an intellectual exercise. It is an invitation to be present, to feel, to breathe, and to engage with reality with serenity. By practicing mindful observation, embracing curiosity, and nurturing gratitude, you create a gentle mental space where contemplation and relaxation coexist as your body sinks deeper into comfort and your mind floats gently through reflection. Let yourself rest in this calm awareness. There is no need to resolve mysteries tonight. There is only the peaceful experience of observing, feeling, and being. Each breath, each thought, and each sensation aligns with the rhythm of the universe, guiding you naturally toward rest and sleep. As we complete our journey through practical takeaways and mindful reflection, let your awareness settle gently into the calm rhythm of your breath and body. You have explored profound philosophical concepts, ethical considerations, and the mysteries of a potential simulated universe. Now, these insights become tools for serenity, relaxation, and restful contemplation. One of the most valuable practices is cultivating presence in daily life. Even if the cosmos is vast, complex, or programmed, each moment of awareness belongs to you. Notice your surroundings, the subtle sounds, the gentle touch of air on your skin, the warmth of your body. These sensations are anchors, reminders that reality is experienced in the present. By grounding yourself in the here and now, you create a mental space of calm observation, free from distraction or tension. Another takeaway is the integration of curiosity and wonder. The universe, whether simulated or natural, offers endless patterns, phenomena, and mysteries to explore. Allow your mind to drift through these ideas with gentle fascination, without expectation or urgency. Curiosity nurtures imagination, encourages reflective thought, and provides a soothing rhythm for the mind. In this relaxed state, even the most complex ideas become meditative, contributing to inner peace rather than cognitive strain. Visualization remains a powerful aid. Picture yourself floating above landscapes of thought, gliding past cosmic structures, or observing patterns of existence as if from a distance. These images, soft and serene, help your mind settle into tranquility. Each visualization reinforces a sense of harmony between your awareness and the universe, reminding you that reflection and rest can coexist effortlessly. Mindful breathing complements this practice. Inhale deeply, letting calmness flow through your body. Exhale, releasing tension and mental clutter. Allow each breath to align your mind and body with the gentle rhythm of the universe. Thoughts may arise, but you observe them as passing clouds, neither clinging nor resisting. This interplay of observation, curiosity, and breathing deepens relaxation and nurtures a natural transition toward sleep. Finally, embrace the beauty of uncertainty. The ultimate nature of reality, simulated or otherwise, remains unknown, and that is comforting rather than frightening. By letting go of the need for certainty, you cultivate a serene space for contemplation and rest. Recognize the elegance of existence, the wonder of consciousness, and the peaceful rhythm of your own awareness. Allow yourself to drift gently, carried by these insights into calm reflection and deep, restorative rest as you lie here. Let each thought, observation, and sensation flow naturally. There is no need to resolve cosmic questions or seek definitive answers. Simply exist, breathe, and experience the quiet beauty of this moment. The universe, with all its complexity and mystery, becomes a gentle companion, guiding you toward sleep, calmness, and inner peace. As we reach the final reflections of our journey, allow yourself to sink even deeper into calm awareness. You have traveled through the vast possibilities of a simulated universe, pondered profound ethical and philosophical questions, and explored practical ways to integrate mindful reflection into your life. Now, let these insights guide you toward serenity, allowing your body and mind to prepare for rest. The first gentle reflection is the beauty of curiosity itself. Throughout this journey, you have encountered countless ideas and possibilities, each one an invitation to wonder. Curiosity need not be active or demanding. It can be a soft, calming awareness that drifts through your consciousness like a gentle breeze. Let yourself rest in the questions without the need for immediate answers, feeling the soothing rhythm of exploration rather than the tension of resolution. Consider the continuity of awareness. You are both observer and participant in the intricate patterns of life. Each thought, emotion, and sensation contributes to your unique experience. Even within a potentially simulated universe, your awareness is genuine and meaningful. This realization can be comforting. The vastness of the cosmos does not diminish the significance of your life. Instead, it highlights the remarkable opportunity to experience, reflect, and rest. Gratitude is another gentle companion. Reflect on the moments of this journey, the discovery of ideas, the quiet contemplation of existence, and the gentle guidance of your own awareness. These experiences are real, whether or not the universe is programmed. By acknowledging gratitude, you nurture a sense of peace and contentment that carries naturally into rest. Let your mind recognize the elegance of this moment, the calm presence of awareness, and the quiet beauty of being alive. Visualization continues to support relaxation. Imagine yourself floating gently above a serene landscape or drifting through the cosmos, observing the delicate interplay of stars, planets, and patterns of light. Each detail is an invitation to calmness, encouraging your mind to follow a gentle, rhythm that mirrors the natural order of the universe. Let your awareness move freely through this space, unhurried and unbound, embracing both curiosity and serenity. Finally, acknowledge the gentle mystery of existence. Whether reality is simulated, emergent, or beyond comprehension, the richness of experience, the depth of awareness, and the capacity for reflection remain. Let this understanding settle into your mind and body as a soft, calming presence. Breathe slowly and deeply, allowing each inhalation to bring peace and each exhalation to release tension. In this serene state, the universe becomes a companion, guiding you gently toward rest. As we continue the final reflections, let your mind settle even more deeply into serenity. Imagine your awareness as a gentle river flowing smoothly, carrying with it the ideas, insights, and wonders you have explored throughout this journey. The universe, vast and mysterious, becomes a source of gentle contemplation, not pressure or anxiety. Here, in this calm state, curiosity and relaxation coexist perfectly. One of the most calming realizations is that you are both part of the universe and observer of it. Every breath, every thought, every moment of awareness is an expression of your unique consciousness. Whether reality is simulated or naturally occurring, your experience is genuine and valuable. This understanding allows you to release tension and embrace the quiet beauty of simply existing, observing, and reflecting. Let gratitude flow gently through your awareness. Reflect on the calm, the curiosity, and the insight you have cultivated. Each idea you have encountered, every question you have pondered, and every visualization you have embraced contributes to a deeper sense of peace. Gratitude is not just about recognizing positive experiences, it is about honoring the presence of awareness itself, which you carry into the quiet moments of rest. Visualization can deepen your relaxation further. Imagine gliding above soft landscapes, drifting among the stars, or observing cosmic patterns with gentle curiosity. Each image is a meditation, a way to harmonize your mind with the vastness and elegance of the universe. Allow these visualizations to flow effortlessly, guiding your consciousness towards serenity, wonder, and calm introspection. Mindful breathing continues to anchor you. Inhale slowly, allowing serenity to fill your body, and exhale gently, releasing any remaining tension or mental clutter. Each breath aligns with the natural rhythm of your body and the universe, creating a sense of harmony and balance. In this state, the exploration of philosophical, ethical, and cosmic concepts becomes a source of comfort rather than complexity. Finally, as this journey comes to a close, embrace the gentle mystery of existence. There is no need to find definitive answers or reach final conclusions. Instead, rest in the awareness that life, whether simulated or natural, is rich, meaningful, and filled with subtle beauty. Allow your mind to drift, your body to relax, and your consciousness to merge with the calm, quiet rhythm of the universe. You are safe, you are aware, and you are at peace with each moment. Let yourself sink deeper into rest, carried by serenity, wonder, and the quiet realization that existence itself is a gentle, beautiful experience. The universe, with all its complexity and mystery, now becomes a tranquil companion, guiding you softly into sleep. Imagine a world where every thought, every decision, every action you take is not entirely yours. From the moment you wake to the moment you close your eyes at night, each choice unfolds as if written in a cosmic script, a preordained sequence that guides your life. At first, this might sound unsettling, even frightening. But as you allow your mind to relax into the concept, you begin to see it from a different perspective, a universe of elegant patterns, subtle harmony, and gentle order. Consider your daily routine. Every step you take, every word you speak, every glance you give could be part of a grand design, not chaos. Even the seemingly random moments, the laugh of a stranger, a sudden rain shower, or a song on the radio might be orchestrated as part of an intricate simulation. Yet, within this orchestration, there is a strange sense of beauty. Life, while predetermined, moves with effortless rhythm. There is no struggle against randomness, because randomness itself is part of the pattern. Each pre-programmed choice becomes a gentle current carrying you along with quiet ease. Now, bring your awareness to your own body and breath. Even if your choices are guided, your experience of them is real. You feel joy, sadness, curiosity, and wonder. Each sensation is vivid, and each thought is authentic. Perhaps the universe, or the simulation, designed life not as a constraint, but as a canvas for consciousness to experience itself. With this perspective, surrendering to the idea of pre-programmed choices becomes an act of relaxation, allowing your mind to release tension and embrace the flow of existence. Notice how your mind begins to drift effortlessly. You are not fighting against the current. You are flowing with it. The idea of pre-programmed life transforms from a concept of control into a meditation, a gentle reflection on existence itself. Your thoughts slow, your body softens, and a calm awareness takes over. In this stillness, you can appreciate the artistry of life as if watching a painting slowly come to life, each brushstroke deliberate, each color perfectly chosen. As you rest in this thought, remember, even if your choices are pre-programmed, the experience of living them is uniquely yours. Each sensation, each reflection, each quiet moment is real. Let this awareness settle like a soft blanket over your mind, guiding you into a state of gentle contemplation and peace. As you settle deeper into relaxation, let your mind gently explore the notion of destiny and free will. Imagine each choice you have ever made as a delicate thread woven into a vast tapestry. Even the moments that felt spontaneous or impulsive are part of a subtle design, seamlessly integrated into the flow of your life. In this perspective, there is no need to struggle, to resist, or to analyze excessively. Instead, there is only the serene understanding that your journey, however complex, unfolds with perfect coherence. Focus on your breathing. Inhale slowly, noticing the rise of your chest. Exhale, releasing any tension that may linger. Each breath aligns with the rhythm of this imagined pre-programmed reality, gentle and unhurried. The awareness that your choices are guided does not diminish your experience, it enhances it. Like a river flowing smoothly over stones, your life glides over challenges and surprises, effortlessly shaping the landscape of your existence. Even uncertainty becomes a soft, calming wave, a necessary curve in the design rather than an obstacle. Consider the implications of this idea on your relationships. Every conversation, every encounter, every smile or gesture may have been subtly orchestrated. Yet, the emotions you feel, love, empathy, joy, and wonder remain completely authentic. The universe or the simulation may set the stage, but the richness of your inner experience is entirely yours. In this way, surrendering to the pre-programmed nature of existence becomes a meditation, a form of deep reflection, allowing your mind to rest while still marveling at the intricacy of life. Visualize yourself floating above your daily life, seeing the patterns unfold like an elegant dance. Each choice, each event, is a movement in a grand choreography. Your body relaxes further, your mind softens, and a sense of profound peace fills you. There is comfort in understanding that life's complexity is intentional, and there is beauty in recognizing that even guided experiences can bring joy, wonder, and insight. As you continue to breathe slowly and deeply, let go of any lingering need for control. In this calm, meditative state, allow yourself to drift gently into sleep. Your consciousness, aware yet relaxed, embraces the harmony of the pre-programmed world, flowing effortlessly into rest. The universe, whether simulated or naturally occurring, cradles you in serenity, carrying your mind into gentle, restorative slumber. Imagine for a moment that the world around you is not as seamless and continuous as it seems. What if, hidden beneath the apparent smoothness of life, subtle glitches occur, tiny distortions in the fabric of reality that most people never notice? Perhaps a familiar object appears in a place where it shouldn't be, or time seems to hiccup for just a fraction of a second. These glitches might be rare, elusive, and imperceptible unless observed with an acute sense of awareness, yet they are part of a larger, mysterious structure and underlying code of the universe. Begin by closing your eyes and letting your body sink into comfort. Breathe slowly and deeply. Let the awareness of these potential glitches unfold gently in your mind. Picture yourself walking down a quiet street, noticing the ordinary details of life, the subtle movement of leaves in the breeze, the faint hum of distant traffic, the soft warmth of sunlight. Now, imagine something unusual, a shadow that moves independently of the light, a sound that echoes strangely, a fleeting sensation that defies explanation. You might feel a subtle thrill or curiosity, but let this sensation be calm, like observing a delicate ripple in still water. Glitches, if they exist, remind us that reality is not absolute. They hint at deeper structures, underlying systems, or perhaps a hidden simulation. Consider the implications. If reality is imperfect in small ways, then what we perceive as stability, control, or certainty is only a surface layer. Beneath that surface, subtle anomalies create space for wonder, for questioning, and for reflection. In this calm, quiet exploration, your mind begins to relax into curiosity rather than fear. The strange patterns, the fleeting distortions, are not threats. They are gentle invitations to observe more closely, to notice the extraordinary in the ordinary, and to embrace the unexpected with calm awareness. Visualize yourself noticing a glitch, a repeating pattern in a cloud formation, a bird that pauses mid-flight, or a reflection in water that does not match the surrounding scene. Watch these moments unfold slowly, appreciating their strangeness and beauty. There is a sense of playful wonder in these anomalies, a reminder that the universe, however complex or simulated, contains mysteries meant to be observed with gentle curiosity. Even as you explore these ideas, remember to anchor yourself in your breath. Each inhale draws serenity into your mind and body. Each exhale releases tension, allowing your consciousness to float freely among these subtle irregularities. Glitches are like tiny cracks of light in the dark, illuminating hidden structures, without causing alarm. The awareness of them, rather than creating anxiety, opens your mind to a quiet sense of awe, a gentle appreciation for the intricacy and complexity of existence. Let your mind drift further into this exploration, observing each potential glitch without expectation, without judgment. Your consciousness moves with ease, flowing through a world that is simultaneously familiar and slightly uncanny. There is calm in accepting the presence of the unexpected. There is comfort in observing without needing to control or correct. Now, imagine these glitches slowly fading from perception, leaving behind a sense of wonder, curiosity, and serenity. Your body is fully relaxed, your mind gently alert, yet peaceful. As you continue to breathe deeply, your consciousness absorbs the subtle lesson that reality, whether smooth or irregular, is rich, mysterious, and deeply beautiful. These gentle anomalies are part of the tapestry, reminding you that life, in all its forms, invites exploration and calm observation. And as your mind rests on these ideas, allow the sensation of floating in a slightly imperfect, yet harmonious, universe to carry you toward deeper relaxation. Notice how your awareness softens, how your thoughts become slower, and how your body feels lighter. In this quiet, reflective state, You are perfectly aligned with the gentle rhythm of the world, ready to continue exploring the subtle mysteries of reality in the next part. Now that you are calm, settled, and already drifting into the flow of thought, let's journey deeper into the idea of glitches in reality. Imagine once more that you are walking through an ordinary day. Everything feels normal, familiar streets, familiar faces, familiar sounds. Yet suddenly, something small happens. A word someone speaks seems to echo longer than it should. A clock ticks twice at the same second. A stranger passes you, and then moments later, you see them again in the same way, as if time has looped back on itself. At first, your mind might try to explain it away. Perhaps you misheard. Perhaps it was a trick of memory. But what if it was not? What if, for the briefest instant, reality itself had faltered, like a skipped frame in a film reel? These moments, these glitches, might be Windows' tiny cracks in the illusion, revealing that what we call reality could be a carefully woven pattern, a simulation, or something even more mysterious. As you breathe in, let yourself picture this hidden fabric of existence. Imagine it as a vast digital code flowing endlessly, filled with patterns and instructions. Most of the time, the code runs smoothly, flawless and invisible. But sometimes, a slight error slips through, a moment where the flow is interrupted, creating a ripple, a pause, a sudden oddity. These moments are rare, but they are precious reminders that what you see and feel is not the whole truth. It is only the surface now. Let your mind wander to the possibilities such glitches imply. If the universe is coded, then perhaps you are not just a participant, but also a witness. Perhaps your awareness, your consciousness, is designed to occasionally notice the cracks. Instead of fearing them, you can embrace them as proof of something larger than yourself. The glitch is not a failure, it's a signpost. It is a gentle whisper from the hidden machinery of existence, reminding you that there is more beyond what you can see. Breathe deeply, and imagine encountering such a glitch with complete calm. You sit in a quiet park, watching leaves fall from a tree. One leaf drifts down, then suddenly, impossibly, floats back upward, as if time itself reversed for a heartbeat. Instead of panic, you feel a profound stillness, as though the universe is showing you its hidden layers. You smile softly, accepting this moment as a gift, a brief glimpse behind the curtain. Every glitch can be a teacher. It shows you that permanence is an illusion, that stability is only temporary, and that reality is more flexible than it seems. This thought itself can be soothing. The world does not need to remain rigid. It can bend, shift, repeat, and flow. And so can you. You too are not fixed in place. You too are capable of flowing, of bending, of being more than what you think you are. Now imagine glitches not as accidents, but as messages, intentional reminders. A flicker of déjà vu, a repeating dream, a number that appears over and over in your life. These are like coded signals nudging you toward awareness. As you let your body relax, feel yourself opening to these subtle messages. You do not need to understand them fully. Simply knowing they exist is enough. It is enough to feel awe at the possibility to drift peacefully into the mystery of it all. Allow this awareness to carry you deeper into rest. Each breath becomes smoother, softer. Each thought slows until it fades like ripples on water. The glitches, the distortions, the anomalies, all of them blend into a single truth: that existence is vast, mysterious, and endlessly surprising. And within that mystery, you are safe, you are calm, and you are free to let go. Imagine now that every small glitch you have ever noticed in life was not an accident, not even a mistake, but a carefully placed key. A key designed to unlock your awareness. Think of it like a dream where something strange suddenly alerts you to the fact that you are dreaming. That single oddity becomes the doorway to lucidity. What if reality works the same way? You may recall moments that felt like this when time seemed to slow down, when you felt as though you had already lived a scene before, or when someone spoke words that echoed with an impossible familiarity. These moments tug at your mind, asking you to pause and wonder, am I simply living in a consistent, solid universe? Or am I watching patterns unfold in a kind of simulation, a vast stage built for consciousness to experience itself? As you let these questions rest softly in your mind, your body continues to relax. With each exhale, you sink further, as though into a deeper layer of this strange simulation. The bed beneath you feels like the ground of a world within a world, and yet you are perfectly safe. Whether this reality is solid or digital, infinite or temporary, you remain calm within it. Now, picture this. If glitches are real, then they may also be invitations. Imagine the designers of this universe, whether they are beings of flesh and blood, or entities of energy, or even aspects of your own higher mind, leaving subtle clues for you. Not to frighten, but to awaken. Not to break the illusion, but to let you glimpse beyond it. Close your eyes within this thought. Visualize walking down a hallway with many doors. Most of them are closed, painted in neutral colors, ordinary and plain. But here and there, a door flickers like static on a screen. The edges shimmer, the surface wavers, and you know that behind that door is something different. A hidden level, a secret path. This is what a glitch is. A shimmering door in the hallway of reality. Do you open it? In your imagination, gently push the door open. You do not need to rush. The space beyond is not frightening, is vast, filled with light, filled with quiet. It feels like stepping into a place between worlds where the rules bend and fade. Here, time does not move in a straight line. Here, you see how reality is layered, woven like threads of a tapestry. Each thread glows faintly, carrying energy, carrying data, carrying meaning. You realize, in this calm state, that every person, every tree, every star is woven from these glowing threads. And sometimes, when the weaving slips, you notice a gap, a shimmer, a flicker, a glitch. But instead of being broken, it shows you that the pattern is alive, flexible, not rigid. The universe is not a prison. It is an artwork, a flowing, shifting creation that you are part of. Now, let your breath fall into rhythm. Imagine the glitches you might encounter tomorrow, or next week, or in years to come. Instead of confusion, you feel gratitude for them. They will remind you that nothing is fixed. They will remind you that life is more than it appears. And in that reminder, you will feel light, free, and deeply at peace as you drift now. Floating on these thoughts, remember this: reality may glitch, but you remain whole. The flickers are not failures, they are signposts, gentle nudges from the hidden source of existence. And as you close your eyes, allowing sleep to carry you, you can feel yourself stepping through those shimmering doors into a place of infinite calm. Asterisk. Close your eyes and let your breath slow. Imagine time not as a straight arrow, but as a flowing river, bending and weaving through valleys and landscapes you cannot yet see. For most of your life, you have been taught that time moves forward. 1 second follows another, days become months, months become years. But what if this is only how our limited senses perceive it? What if time is not a straight path, but a vast ocean, and every moment you have ever lived still exists, waiting like islands, scattered across its surface? Consider this: if time could be rewritten, perhaps you could step backward into yesterday as easily as you step through a doorway. You could change a choice, alter a word, or simply watch the moment again from a new angle. Imagine how freeing that would feel. All those regrets you carry, all those decisions you wonder about, they would no longer weigh heavily on your mind. They would become flexible, like clay in your hands. Now, imagine that while lying here, you begin to sense this flexibility. Each inhale draws you into the present. Each exhale loosens the grip of the linear past. You drift between moments, like a traveler in a vast dreamscape, able to visit the laughter of your childhood or the quiet wisdom of your future self. Time is no longer rigid. It bends gently around you. Picture yourself walking along a path. On one side, you see memories glowing softly like lanterns. On the other side, you see possibilities flickering like stars. You realize that both are real, both are accessible. You could step into any of them if you wished. Let this idea soothe you. Nothing is truly lost. Every smile, every connection, every breath you have ever taken still exists somewhere. Like a bookmark in the pages of a vast and endless novel. And as you rest here, you realize that the flow of time is not something to fear, is not slipping away. It is holding you gently, like water carries a leaf. With this thought, your body softens, your mind quiets. Time may be vast and mysterious, but here in this moment, you are safe within it. Imagine now that every small glitch you have ever noticed in life was not an accident. Not even a mistake, but a carefully placed key. A key designed to unlock your awareness. Think of it like a dream where something strange suddenly alerts you to the fact that you are dreaming. That single oddity becomes the doorway to lucidity. What if reality works the same way? You may recall moments that felt like this when time seemed to slow down, when you felt as though you had already lived a scene before, or when someone spoke words that echoed with an impossible familiarity. These moments tug at your mind, asking you to pause and wonder, am I simply living in a consistent, solid universe? Or am I watching patterns unfold in a kind of simulation, a vast stage built for consciousness to experience itself? These questions rest softly in your mind. Your body continues to relax. With each exhale, you sink further, as though into a deeper layer of this strange simulation. The bed beneath you feels like the ground of a world within a world, and yet you are perfectly safe. Whether this reality is solid or digital, infinite or temporary, you remain calm within it. Now, picture this. If glitches are real, then they may also be invitations. Imagine the designers of this universe, whether they are beings of flesh and blood, or entities of energy, or even aspects of your own higher mind, leaving subtle clues for you. Not to frighten, but to awaken. Not to break the illusion, but to let you glimpse beyond it. Close your eyes within this thought. Visualize walking down a hallway with many doors. Most of them are closed, painted in neutral colors, ordinary and plain. But here and there, a door flickers like static on a screen. The edges shimmer, the surface wavers, and you know that behind that door is something different. A hidden level, a secret path. This is what a glitch is, a shimmering door in the hallway of reality. Do you open it? In your imagination, gently push the door open. You do not need to rush. The space beyond is not frightening. It is vast, filled with light, filled with quiet. It feels like stepping into a place between worlds where the rules bend and fade. Here, time does not move in a straight line. Here, you see how reality is layered, woven like threads of a tapestry. Each thread glows faintly, carrying energy, carrying data, carrying meaning. You realize, in this calm state, that every person, every tree, every star is woven from these glowing threads. And sometimes, when the weaving slips, you notice a gap, a shimmer, a flicker, a glitch. But instead of being broken, it shows you that the pattern is alive, flexible, not rigid. The universe is not a prison. It is an artwork. It's flowing, shifting. Creation that you are part of now. Let your breath fall into rhythm. Imagine the glitches you might encounter tomorrow or next week or in years to come. Instead of confusion, you feel gratitude for them. They will remind you that nothing is fixed. They will remind you that life is more than it appears. And in that reminder, you will feel light, free, and deeply at peace as you drift now. Floating on these thoughts, remember this: reality may glitch, but you remain whole. The flickers are not failures, they are signposts, gentle nudges from the hidden source of existence. And as you close your eyes, allowing sleep to carry you, you can feel yourself stepping through those shimmering doors into a place of infinite calm. Asterisk. Close your eyes and let your breath slow. Imagine time not as a straight arrow, but as a flowing river bending and weaving through valleys and landscapes you cannot yet see. For most of your life, you have been taught that time moves forward. 1 second follows another. Days become months, months become years. But what if this is only how our limited senses perceive it? What if time is not a straight path, but a vast ocean, and every moment you have ever lived still exists, swaying like islands scattered across its surface? Consider this: if time could be rewritten, perhaps you could step backward into yesterday as easily as you step through a doorway. You could change a choice, alter a word, or simply watch the moment again from a new angle. Imagine how freeing that would feel. All those regrets you carry, all those decisions you wonder about, they would no longer weigh heavily on your mind. They would become flexible, like clay in your hands. Now, imagine that, while lying here, you begin to sense this flexibility. Each inhale draws you into the present. Each exhale loosens the grip of the linear past. You drift between moments, like a traveler in a vast dreamscape, able to visit the laughter of your childhood or the quiet wisdom of your future self. Time is no longer rigid. It bends gently around you. Picture yourself walking along a path. On one side, you see memories, glowing softly like lanterns. On the other side, you see possibilities, flickering like stars. You realize that both are real, both are accessible. You could step into any of them if you wished. Let this idea soothe you. Nothing is truly lost. Every smile, every connection, every breath you have ever taken still exists somewhere, like a bookmark in the pages of a vast and endless novel. And as you rest here, you realize that the flow of time is not something to fear. 'Tis not slipping away, it is holding you gently, like water carries a leaf. With this thought, your body softens, your mind quiets. Time may be vast and mysterious, but here in this moment, you are safe within it. Asterisk as you settle deeper into this thought. Imagine lying on a soft bed of clouds, weightless, floating in an endless twilight sky. Time feels slower here, as if every second stretches like warm honey. And in this stillness, you begin to wonder, if we could rewrite time, would life still hold meaning? The first paradox emerges quietly, like a whisper in the night. Imagine going back in time to change something, perhaps a mistake you regret, or a moment you wish had turned out differently. You step into that past, make a small adjustment, and suddenly the future changes. At first, this feels exciting. But then you realize, if the future changes, then the person who traveled back to rewrite the past might no longer exist. It is the famous grandfather paradox. If you went back and prevented your grandfather from meeting your grandmother, would you ever have been born to go back at all? This paradox is not just a puzzle. It is an invitation to see time as more mysterious than we imagine. Instead of being a line that can simply be erased and redrawn, perhaps time is like a tapestry. Each thread is connected to the others, and pulling on one strand reshapes the entire pattern. You cannot simply change one piece without affecting the whole. And so, rewriting time may never be as simple as stepping back and making a different choice. But there is another way to imagine it, one that is gentler, more comforting as you drift toward sleep. Suppose the universe allows multiple versions of time to exist simultaneously. Every time you make a decision, every time you take a step, the universe creates a new branch, a new timeline. In one world, you spoke those words you regret. In another, you stayed silent. In one path, you left home early and missed the accident. In another, you didn't. And all of them exist, side by side, like countless rivers flowing through the same valley. Now imagine yourself standing in the center of these streams. You are the observer, the quiet traveler who can look down each path without needing to change it. You realize that in some way you are already rewriting time, not by changing what has happened, but by choosing how you carry it within yourself. The past is not gone. It lives inside your memory, shaped and reshaped each time you recall it. In this sense, we are always rewriting time, not in history, but in our own minds. Take a deep breath. Feel how liberating this idea is. You don't need a machine or a doorway to another era. Simply by remembering differently, by forgiving yourself, by softening the sharp edges of regret, you can transform your experience of the past. You can rewrite time in the most personal and profound way through perception. And then there is the question of the future. If time could be rewritten, could you send a message forward to yourself? Could you warn your future self about a danger, or whisper encouragement at a moment of doubt? Imagine lying here, your thoughts traveling ahead of you like fireflies in the dark, seeking out the version of you that will exist tomorrow, next week, or years from now. Perhaps they reach that future self who feels a sudden wave of calm, a sudden sense that everything will be okay without knowing why. Maybe you are rewriting time right now, not by changing the past, but by planting seeds of reassurance in the future. As these ideas unfold, your body sinks deeper into rest. The paradoxes of time are vast, but here in this gentle space, they do not feel troubling. They feel like a lullaby's soft mysteries rocking you to sleep. Whether time is fixed or flexible, whether it can be rewritten or not, you are safe in the flow of this moment. Close your eyes and picture time not as a cage, but as an open sea. You are floating on its surface, supported by unseen currents. Past, present, and future drift around you like waves, and you realize there is no need to control them. The ocean holds you. You are already where you need to be. As you settle deeper into this thought, imagine lying on a soft bed of clouds, weightless, floating in an endless twilight sky. Time feels slower here, as if every second stretches like warm honey. And in this stillness, you begin to wonder, if we could rewrite time, would life still hold meaning? The first paradox emerges quietly, like a whisper in the night. Imagine going back in time to change something, perhaps a mistake you regret, or a moment you wish had turned out differently. You step into that past, make a small adjustment, and suddenly the future changes. At first, this feels exciting. But then you realize, if the future changes, then the person who traveled back to rewrite the past might no longer exist. It is the famous grandfather paradox. If you went back and prevented your grandfather from meeting your grandmother, would you ever have been born to go back at all? This paradox is not just a puzzle. 'Tis an invitation to see time as more mysterious than we imagine. Instead of being a line that can simply be erased and redrawn, perhaps time is like a tapestry. Each thread is connected to the others, and pulling on one strand reshapes the entire pattern. You cannot simply change one piece without affecting the whole. And so, rewriting time may never be as simple as stepping back and making a different choice. But there is another way to imagine it, one that is gentler, more comforting as you drift toward sleep. Suppose the universe allows multiple versions of time to exist simultaneously. Every time you make a decision, every time you take a step, the universe creates a new branch, a new timeline. In one world, you spoke those words you regret. In another, you stayed silent. In one path, you left home early and missed the accident. In another, you didn't. And all of them exist, side by side, like countless rivers flowing through the same valley. Now imagine yourself standing in the center of these streams. You are the observer, the quiet traveler who can look down each path without needing to change it. You realize that in some way, you are already rewriting time not by changing what has happened, but by choosing how you carry it within yourself. The past is not gone. It lives inside your memory, shaped and reshaped each time you recall it. In this sense, we are always rewriting time, not in history, but in our own minds. Take a deep breath. Feel how liberating this idea is. You don't need a machine or a doorway to another era. Simply by remembering differently, by forgiving yourself, by softening the sharp edges of regret, you can transform your experience of the past. You can rewrite time in the most personal and profound way through perception. And then there is the question of the future. If time could be rewritten, could you send a message forward to yourself? Could you warn your future self about a danger or whisper encouragement at a moment of doubt? Imagine lying here, your thoughts traveling ahead of you like fireflies in the dark, seeking out the version of you that will exist tomorrow, next week, or years from now. Perhaps they reach that future self who feels a sudden wave of calm, a sudden sense that everything will be okay without knowing why. Maybe you are rewriting time right now, not by changing the past, but by planting seeds of reassurance in the future. As these ideas unfold, your body sinks deeper into rest. The paradoxes of time are vast, but here in this gentle space, they do not feel troubling. They feel like a lullaby-soft mysteries rocking you to sleep. Whether time is fixed or flexible, whether it can be rewritten or not, you are safe in the flow of this moment. Close your eyes and picture time not as a cage, but as an open sea. You are floating on its surface, supported by unseen currents. Past, present, and future drift around you like waves, and you realize there is no need to control them. The ocean holds you. You are already where you need to be. As you rest, feeling the weight of the day dissolve, imagine drifting into a strange and slightly playful thought. What if we are not the main characters of our own story? What if, in a vast simulated universe, we are simply *NPCs, non-playable characters coded into existence, living our lives without realizing we are part of someone else's game? At first, this idea may sound unsettling, almost like something out of a science fiction novel or a late-night movie. Yet, when approached gently, it can become a fascinating, even comforting thought experiment, one that allows the mind to wander into mysterious territories while your body sinks deeper into rest. Think of an NPC in a video game. They live inside a designed world. Their streets are built, their homes are structured, their routines are written into the code. They may think they are acting with freedom, but their possibilities are shaped by the architecture of their reality. If our universe is a simulation, then perhaps we are just like them. The rules of physics, the constants of mathematics, the cycles of time, all of these could be the underlying code that defines our existence. But here's the twist. Does that make our lives less meaningful, or could it make them more meaningful? After all, an NPC may not know the true nature of their reality, but they still feel joy. They still form relationships, tell stories, and experience wonder. In fact, from their perspective, their world is everything. If we are NPCs, then our emotions, our love, our discoveries, all of these remain real to us. And if they are real to us, do they not carry value? There is also the curious idea that perhaps not everyone is an NPC. In some simulation theories, most beings in the universe are background characters, designed to create the illusion of a full, bustling world. But a few might be the players, those with more freedom, those with greater influence over the reality itself. Could you be one of them? Or are we all equal participants in a collective simulation, each unaware that we are sharing the same coded dream? Let your thoughts wander to the quiet possibilities. Maybe déjà vu, those strange moments when life feels oddly familiar, are glitches in the simulation. Maybe the sudden inspirations we feel are small windows into the code. Maybe even sleep itself. The act of drifting away into unconsciousness is a kind of reset, a nightly reboot, a refresh for the mind's program. And yet, as you relax into this idea, notice how it shifts from strange to soothing. If we are in a simulation, then nothing is ever truly lost. Every memory, every action, every word spoken is part of a great design that cannot vanish, remains encoded, preserved. Our lives become a story that is always saved, always retrievable. Somewhere in the fabric of the system, this thought, rather than filling you with fear, can bring comfort. It means you are part of something larger, something enduring. Whether you are a player, an NPC, or something in between, your existence is not meaningless. It is essential to the simulation itself. Without you, the world would not be the same. So, as you close your eyes and drift deeper, hold on to this gentle paradox. Even if we are NPCs in a grand simulation, our stories still matter. Our laughter, our dreams, our quiet moments of reflection, all of them ripple outward, shaping the reality we know. And in the end, does it really matter whether we are the main character or a background one? If the experience still feels real, still feels alive, still feels like yours. Now that the idea has settled into your mind, let's take the thought a little deeper. Imagine yourself lying peacefully, body sinking into the mattress, breathing slowly and evenly. You are safe here, drifting on the edge of consciousness. And as you rest, consider this. If we are NPCs in a simulation, does that make us less alive? Or could it mean that we are part of something even greater than ourselves? In many spiritual traditions, there is a belief that life is a kind of illusion. The Hindus call it Maya veil that hides the true nature of reality. The Buddhists speak of life as a dream, where the self is an illusion that dissolves when we awaken into enlightenment. Even in Western philosophy, thinkers like Plato imagined that we are like prisoners in a cave, mistaking shadows for reality. When you think about it, these ancient ideas are not so different from the modern simulation hypothesis. They suggest that our ordinary experience is not the full picture, that something deeper lies beyond what we can see. So if we are NPCs, perhaps that does not mean we are meaningless. Perhaps it means that our lives are expressions of a greater reality, just as characters in a dream reflect the dreamer's mind. If the simulation is real, then maybe there is a dreamer, a programmer, a higher intelligence that created us. And in that sense, we are never alone. We are part of something vast, intelligent, and purposeful. Close your eyes and imagine this. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel could be like a line of code written into the great story of the universe. You are not just wandering randomly through existence. You are following a pattern that has been woven into the very structure of the cosmos. And just like an NPC in a game, your presence makes the world feel alive. Without you, the simulation would be missing a vital piece. But here's another perspective. Maybe being an NPC isn't about being controlled. Maybe it's about being guided. Perhaps the simulation has rules not to limit you, but to help you grow. Just as games are designed with challenges to teach players new skills, life might present obstacles so that we can develop wisdom, resilience, and compassion. The struggles you face are not evidence of weakness. They are part of the training program of the soul. Even more, think about how dreams work. When you dream, the people in your dream feel real. They speak, move, and interact as though they are alive. Yet they are all generated by your mind. What if, in a similar way, We are dream characters in the mind of a vast intelligence. Does that make us any less meaningful? Or does it mean that our very existence is sacred, because we are woven from the thoughts of something infinite? There is something strangely comforting about this view. If you are an NPC, then perhaps death is not the end. Just as a character in a game can be reset, or a dream character can appear again in another dream, you might be reborn in new forms, new lives, new worlds. In this sense, the simulation could be a cycle of experiences, endlessly regenerating, endlessly offering new opportunities for growth and exploration. As you let this thought settle, your breathing slows. The body relaxes. The mind becomes quiet, floating on the rhythm of these possibilities. You are no longer worried about whether life is real or fake, because the truth is, what feels real is real to you. The laughter you've shared, the love you felt, the beauty you've witnessed, all of it is part of the simulation, yes, but also part of you, and that makes it precious. So as you drift closer to sleep, let this idea bring you peace. Being an NPC does not diminish your value. It may even elevate it. You are part of a story larger than you could ever imagine, a story written not just in the stars, but in the very code of existence. Whether you are the player or the programmed, your journey matters. And in this vast, mysterious simulation, you are exactly where you need to be. As you sink deeper into rest, feel the gentle pull of gravity against your body, the soft rhythm of your breathing, and the calm of a quiet mind. You are safe here. And as you rest, imagine what it would mean to live fully, even if you were an NPC in a grand cosmic simulation. First, consider the paradox. Being an NPC might seem limiting at first glance. You follow routines, encounter others, experience life in ways that might feel predetermined. Yet within these parameters, there is freedom of perception, of choice, and of meaning. Just as a character in a video game can move, explore, and interact, so too can we shape the essence of our experience. Perhaps we cannot change the overarching code of the universe, but we can shape our awareness, our responses, and the love and care we extend to others. Imagine floating through your daily life with this understanding. Each action, however small, ripples outward. A kind word, a shared smile, a moment of creativity, these may be small, but they are meaningful. Even in a predetermined system, every choice shapes the world you inhabit. Each ripple touches other NPCs, other participants, other layers of the simulation. You might never see the full effect of your actions, yet their influence is profound. Now take a deep breath and imagine the interconnectedness of all things. In a simulated universe, perhaps every thought, every memory, and every emotion is preserved in the code. Every moment you spend in reflection, every act of compassion, every experience of awe, these are your contributions to the universe's narrative. You are both participant and observer, both effect and cause, embedded in a vast design that extends beyond comprehension. Think of the small joys of life, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the gentle whisper of a breeze, the sound of laughter shared with a friend. Each of these sensations is real to you. Each creates meaning, whether or not the universe itself is simulated. The richness of experience, the depth of emotion, and the capacity for wonder are yours entirely in this moment. Even uncertainty becomes comforting. The idea that you might be an NPC does not diminish your experiences, it reframes them. You are part of a larger narrative. And your role, no matter how scripted it may seem, is essential to the universe's unfolding. Imagine a vast orchestra where each instrument plays a note according to the score. Without one instrument, the music would be incomplete. You are that instrument, and your presence matters. As you drift further, consider this: the simulation, if it exists, is not meant to trap you, but to provide a canvas for consciousness. Every moment is an opportunity to observe, to learn, to feel, and to act. Whether your path is predetermined or open, you can engage fully. You can marvel at the beauty, cherish the connections, and embrace the quiet mysteries that surround you. Close your eyes. Let the rhythm of your breath synchronize with the gentle flow of the simulation, the unseen currents of the universe. You are safe. You are present. You are part of a grand cosmic story. And in this story, your existence, your awareness, and your experiences are meaningful, even if you are an NPC. Remember this: meaning is not granted from outside, it arises within you. It is created in every thought, every action, and every moment of presence. In the simulation, in life, in sleep, you are already fulfilling your role perfectly. Now, as your body relaxes completely, your mind quiets, and the edge of consciousness fades, know that you are part of something infinite. Time, existence, and identity flow gently around you. You are safe. You are alive. You are enough. Drift now into sleep, carried by the calm understanding that whether simulated or not, your life is a story worth experiencing, and you are exactly where you need to be.